about a year and a half ago, you spoke to me about doing a Joe Pepitone story.
Oh yeah, no, I'm still.
I've been waiting for your phone call ever since.
As a movie, because I read it as a kid, and I'm kind of obsessed with him. I'm obsessed with the Yankees, and I've become friendly with him over the phone. You got to kick out of that, I guess someone, my age. Because when he played, I was just a little kid. I was born in '62. But what a great book. Well, Joe, you could have made us proud. I mean, it's almost like if you read the book, it's like Goodfellas meets the Yankees, a kid from Brooklyn. I mean, incredible story. In a lot of ways like Raging Bull, but almost, more likable character, more funny character than Jake LaMotta. And, I mean, he's still alive, too. I think it'd be a great movie. They're not making those kind of movies now. But what a wonderful... It would be a period movie,
But that's a great description of the book.
I definitely, I want to do something with baseball, so I'm kind of obsessed with baseball, and I'm kind of developing something right now, maybe for MLB Network. And then I wrote a pilot kind of on spec around baseball, so I think I'm on to something with it, but I'm not sure. But the Pepitone thing is definitely something that I would like to pursue still. I haven't forgotten about it.
Nicky, I was telling him, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was telling him how proud I am of you, where you came and how you brought me on to that little bits on NYPD Blue and how we got to meet and all. And you came a long way, and you've got so many good ideas and stuff in the can that coming out. I want you to talk. I was telling him that you were on the FAN a lot with Joe Beningo. They love you over there.
I co-hosted it the other day with Joe Beningo, WFAN, because I had met Joe in L.A. They were covering the Mets. I met him and his partner, Evan Roberts, and they took a liking to me. I was doing some kind of behind-the-scenes stuff. Like I said, I'm kind of writing this pilot, kind of based around an Ultimate Fan, so they let me film them, and then I went on the air with them, and they liked it, so I actually did a whole show with Joe the other day in New York, actually in Queens, where they shoot in Astoria.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun, and
he's got an interesting story himself.
I got a bunch of independent movies coming out this year. One that I actually produced called The Deported, with my son who's in it, my little son. And then I got a bunch of other movies. This thing, Phantom Punch, which is really good. That I think is going to come out on DVD, and something called Street Boss, and then there's something Bone Deep that's a studio movie with Matt Dillon. And an Adam Sandler produced movie, A Star Is Born. So, got a lot of things, in the can. And, mainly just kind of looking to get back on television.
Nick, a lot of people don't know this. Of course, I know it. I know your whole life. But you're a good writer. You write a lot of good stuff, and there's a lot of good stuff there waiting to be done that you wrote, and on stuff that you rewrote. Even the story where you had David Paval on the pilot play My Namesake. You did a lot of. If they listened to you on that, it would have been on CBS. It would have been on the air.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I learned. Unfortunately, that pilot, and then another pilot called Romans, and then I helped develop this doorman pilot that my brother wrote that's based on my life when I was a doorman.
Yeah, John Turturro, right.
But I've become, I realize now after this movie that I kind of co-directed, then I had to edit it, and then this thing I just wrote, some guy who was a young writer said to me, he said, you're not just an actor anymore. And I didn't quite realize it, but, I am definitely more of a producer, creator type right now. Because I've been doing this a long time, and sometimes you think, oh, how much could I do? What could I do? But I'm definitely trying to, push myself to go further.
You should.
I think it'll,
You should.
Nick, I just got done telling.
The timing's got to be right, and the right thing at the right time. It's a rough business. It's not easy to get something made, even if you have something good.
I know. We were talking about that.
Nick, I was just saying to Nick Puccio that I know Nick a long time. We've acted together. We've done a lot of work together, actually. That I just think that his real passion lies in writing and producing rather than acting, although Nick is a great actor, and you seem to be going along those same lines as Nick is.
It's what you're doing, Nick, is what you're feeling is what I'm feeling a lot now. As much as I love to act and be somebody else, it's creating. You know, you produce, you're creating something, and as a producer, I think we get a lot of passion out of that.
Well, there's not only a lot of passion. There's just you've become more of a creative person. You know, rather than just show up and, quite frankly, just to show up and be in a movie, that doesn't thrill me anymore unless it's like a great movie or a great role.
Right.
You know, that doesn't I've kind of, branched into a lot of areas, and as far as being a creative or a creator, or however you want to put it, producer type. Even with Adam Sandler on some of these comedies, I learned a lot from being around a guy like that. I've seen him do it all.
Right.
And, you learn. You learn from people.
You were hilarious in the longest.
I was on NYPD Blue. I was on the, one of the greatest shows on the planet, but I was watching these people that were, the best at what they do in television, and I was learning.
Right.
And I tell you, then, you develop your own style. You have your own. And that's the thing. I know I have a voice that nobody can copy. I mean, as far as my own style. It's not that I'm in competition with anybody. It's just that I like my own. You like what you like, and that's what you got to do. You got to, and if you feel like you're onto something, you got to be true to who you are, and then just keep pushing yourself to develop yourself more and more. I definitely am excited by having a hand in something.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to have a hand in it and not just be, like I said, unless something, comes along that's a great vehicle. But, unfortunately, they're not, you're not seeing great television or, great movies left and right. I mean, I know what it's like out there.
I know. And, I remember when The Longest Yard came out and when you worked with Adam Sandler, and not because you're my dear friend, but the thing is that you stole that movie. You were hilarious in it. People from NYPD.
It's amazing. Those two movies, like last night I saw a friend of ours last night, Lenny Ratasky.
Yeah, Lenny, sure.
And, he says hi, our buddy from Atlantic City, and I was down Ocean City Boardwalk with him, and it was amazing. I said to Lenny, if I had $1 for every kid that comes up to me, I'd be rich.
I know.
From those two movies, from Chuck and Larry, and it's incredible.
Chuck and Larry, another movie.
Good movies, good movies.
Now as kids.
And
when I was on TV, all the people, like you, all the... They knew that show.
And
I mean, they did these movies, and the audience is like Sandler has and Kevin James. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Oh, Kevin James is a funny guy.
Yeah. When you did,
you see that and you go, wow.
Right.
That's really,
How about Federal Hill? One of the best movies, the little movies that are being shown on cable now.
Eddie Coleman here.
You made Michael Carenti.
He goes, hey, Nicky, the guy that covers the Mets. I used to watch his car when I was a doorman.
Right.
Watching this movie, what a special movie that was.
But you know what? You made
we
Michael
did that for
Carenti.
About 3 cents.
Right.
That's
right.
That's when I met Nick Puccio.
You know what, Nicky? If I remember correctly, when you shot that movie, you were going to start NYPD Blue, and you told Michael.
I was going. I had done the first 2 episodes.
I think you gave him 18. Did you give him 18 straight days and nights?
That's right.
Right.
You remember pretty well, man.
I do.
Yeah.
Nick, we're running out of time here, but I just want to extend an invitation out to you. I know you spent some time down at the Jersey Shore. If you'd like to come on our show one Saturday and you can tell us all about your projects and your desires and how your writing is going and the projects that you're working on, if that'd be okay with you.
Sure. Well,
that'd be great. That'd be great.
Nick knows how to get a hold of me.
I'll set it up for you.
I'm down here in the shore, so maybe,
Your agent here, Nick Puccio, will set it up for you.
Okay.
Nicky, I'll give you a call after I'm off the air.
Give me a call.
As soon as I'm off the air, I'll call you.
Around today.
Okay, I'll call you.
Nick, thanks very much for the call.
I love you.
Good luck.
Okay, bye-bye.
That was great. Yeah, he's a very talented family.
Very talented. The Turturros.
Yeah,
and I got news for you. I should have said this now. I'm going to say it. Not because he's my godchild, but his son, Nicholas. He's going to be the best out of all of them.
Really?
Nicholas is going to be the best.
How old is he?
I mean, John is a marvelous actor.
Yeah.
John is in everything. He's in this new Pelham. Did you see Pelham?
No, but I've seen the.
I mean, John is a marvelous actor. He's all over the place and a great stage actor. He's a terrific writer, director. I love John. But and you know, and his kids too, they're involved, but.